But appreciate you guys tapping in, guys. Um, Hope you've been enjoying the community. We've built this out for my peoples, for y'all, and we spent so much time building this out, and we spent so much time creating this, and I hope it's been beneficial. And it has been for a lot of you guys, and all the feedback you guys give me, it's absolutely amazing. Today we're getting into the 777 manifestation creation. This is living your desired reality. This is the change. I like to say the 555 changing your reality. The byproducts of this manifestation process of it undergoes, number one, take your notes out, conscious creation. So within this topic, we're going to get into conscious creation, and within the topic of conscious creation, obviously there's many things that we can get into, which is obviously why I focus on the area of musicians and creatives in general. Musicians, engineers, producers. Music is one of the most powerful things that I see that brings people together, that also shapes the world in a lot of different ways. In terms of, guys, if you don't know already, we are the ones who create the world. So based upon everything we do, what we think, what we put out there, that does shape and influence other people how they think, which then influences their actions. That and actions shape the world. That's what allows the physical, what we see physically now, to appear to be, and accumulates to be. So that's why I like to focus directly with creatives and musicians, especially because that's my field as well. You can touch a lot of hearts with music, but conscious creation in any field, guys, it's about being conscious in what you're doing, being present in what you're doing, and having intention with what you're doing, and being able to speak that through, right? So keep in mind when you're creating that it's important that you stay conscious and congruent throughout the creative processes entirely, because a lot of people will just do things to do things, but that's not the point. Make music to make music. You see a lot of rappers just trying to jump into the game for fame, for clout, for money, but they end up falling out the game. They end up getting out. Oh, I don't want to do music anymore. Things end up happening. And really, guys, that just comes down to not knowing the self, and not knowing why you want to do something, right? Not understanding your reasoning towards it, and having the right reasoning. And that's because you didn't sit with yourself long enough. You didn't have that solitude period for yourself to know, okay, what I want to put in and what I want to put out. You weren't present when you were creating. As you're creating, you were thinking about someone else, or those words that someone else would say, or what your favorite rapper would say. You weren't focused on what you truly wanted to say and what your soul truly wants to speak. That's conscious creations. Number two, we're going to get into autopilot, and this is TFA. So TFA, we like to call, and we like to say, it is our thoughts, feelings, and actions. And TFA, guys, really, number one, is my thoughts, feelings, and actions aligned with my dreams and goals, right? A lot of times that's a very simple question. It's really an affirm and cleanse. It's like, are your thoughts, feelings, and actions aligned? And if not, that's why you're not in your desired reality, because you haven't been. That's the thoughts of your frequency, which in turn dictates your vibration, right? The feeling in turn dictates the actions, and that's what manifests and puts you in your desired reality. But if that's not in alignment to where you want to go, or who you see yourself as, or who you want to be, right? You will never end up within that desired reality in terms of what you want in the physical, material, etc., etc. If your thoughts, feelings, and actions aren't in aligned with that desired reality, that frequency, that thing, right? If you wanted to be a streamer and you're doing everything that's opposite of streaming, you're just pushing away the desired reality of being a streamer. You get what I'm saying? That's just a really basic example for you guys to understand. Number three, positivity response system. And this is going to be a very big thing, because this is how you respond to circumstances and situations. And the power of this here is to respond to situations in a powerful, in a positive manner. Guys, this is going to dictate a lot of a lot of your internal state, your well-being, like your health as well, I think has a very and longevity has a very powerful and strong connection to your ability to respond, right? Which is your responsibility. So, and that a lot of people don't have a positive responsibility, right? So it's important to continue to reinforce this system, guys, because when you have unexpected upsets, how do you respond, right? When something goes wrong, do you throw out outbursts? How is your state? Are you chaotic? These are very big things to look at, right? These are very big things in terms of self-assessment. Do you look at it with adversity and gratitude? Are you thankful? Do you react with positivity? The goal here is to react with positivity in and through any situation and circumstance, is to be grateful, because it's a test, no blame. The power is in the change and the control of your inner world. You learn and apply it. Because you're not a victim here, and it's important for you to take no blame and understand that whatever is happening that's unexpected is the universe's test on the lesson that you're going through, based upon where you're at as a spirit. So whatever's coming up that's unexpected, you respond with adversity. You respond with a powerful ability to understand and assess the situation, because you're grateful for it, because you know why the test is appearing in your life. It's not just appearing for no reason. It's appearing for a reason, to see whether you're worth it, whether you really want this desired reality. So it's going to show you those tests. It's going to give you those unexpected upsets, and it's up to you to be convicted and say, I'm not that old person. I don't respond the way I used to. The universe wants you to respond being that old frequency, addicted to that old frequency. It wants you to respond the way you used to, because it knows that's what you're used to doing. So it's going to trigger you in ways for you to respond like that, like your old way, because that's your love, that's your connection. You have a relationship with the universe. So it's going to trigger you to respond in that way, but that's not the way you want to respond, because that way of previously responding didn't get you into the desired reality that you wanted. So you can't respond that same way. You have to respond differently, and that's the test. And you have to be able to catch that spiritually. Number 4 is awareness in every now. So it's going to be a big thing to be aware in every moment, guys. And of course, I don't mean like, people hear that. 2 seconds. People hear aware in every now, and they're like, well, so I have to be prevalent and constantly thinking in every situation, in every moment. No. In every moment throughout your day, you can take a level of conscious awareness out of every moment. So no matter what you're doing, you can step back and say, okay, and be conscious and have that level of awareness of, oh, okay, this is my intentions, this is the surroundings, this is the environment, that's that person's influence, this person's influence, and I understand my influence. Okay, cool. That's you being conscious in the moment. Being able to do that as you're going throughout your day, that's what it means by being aware in every now. When you're driving on the road, okay, I still have to do this. I got to get this. I'm gonna make sure not to get too stressed and things of that nature. You're reacting and you're maintaining the state. The goal is to maintain that state, guys. This is why when upsets arrive, you're not getting turned by these upsets, and they're not dictating your reality, because you maintained this state of being, and that's confirming to the universe and showing to the universe, hey, this is the reality I want, this is who I am. And it has no objection and no way to not give that to you. You know what I'm saying? So remain present, stay alert, stay aware, stay calm. All that shows and comes to you is meant for you. Stay present to see it. Because you guys have to remember, all that shows up for you is meant for you. So keep that in mind. And last but never least for this video is the divine connection. Guys, this is understanding the role that God has in your life, that spirit has in your life, that the universe has in your life. However you want to put a title on it for yourself, that's something that I myself don't personally do, but it's important to have that strong connection with the divine. and have that strong form of communication. Have a system of communication to where you can withdraw and step back and connect with the divine, connect with your internal world, connect with God, and really see and understand why you're here and what you're doing on this earth as, a speck of stardust, on this floating rock we call Malakuth. So it just goes to show there's a lot more at play here, and for you to get very dictated and upset based upon little human minds and people who can't even control their own state and well-being, it's something that you shouldn't waste your energy on, and it's something that people spend way too much time investing in. And I think it's caused a lot of us to accumulate negative situations and circumstances in our lives that that we could have avoided. So, with that being said, hold your vibe, guys, in alignment, conscious feeling, congruence, be intense, have that intensity as well throughout whatever you do, and have the conviction, do it intensely. That's one thing. The universe loves intensity. Do it hard, convicted, like go for it. Feel the fuel, like the more you have that feeling and that conviction and that intensity, the more fuel, excitement you have around it. Oh, baby. There's nothing that there's nothing that you can't achieve. See you on the next one.